Good evening, everyone. Get this kind of straightened out a little bit. There we go. Trying to get started a little early today. We'll get going right around 7, y'all. Just wanted to kind of get it rolling a little earlier. Stephen R. What's up? Thanks for joining, Stephen R. Hope you're doing well today. Hope everyone's staying safe and getting some fishing in this last week. Said I'm gonna give it a little bit to people to trickle in, and we'll get started right around 7. Stephen R. I'm in Arkansas. How do I catch summer crappie? Stephen R. I would look. I'm not sure. I'm not real familiar with that way, but I would think it's the same. Look for deep brush piles, and then I would also look under docks over there. And I'm not sure if the lakes up there have timber. I don't think a lot. Some of them do. I don't think a lot do. But I would look in some timber, some deep brush, or some docks, and some bridges as well. If they have bridges, there's bridges over there. That's where I would look, Stephen R. Hope that helps. I got a little bit of a breeze today, and then I got some off, so we're set to go with these mosquitoes today. Stephen R. I have an old steel bridge that I can fish. Yes, it does. Yeah, that bridge is a good starting point. Depending on how clear the water is, 10 to 20 foot down around that bridge, where I would start. Give it a little bit longer. I had it set for 7, so I'm a little early, but there's a park behind me, so y'all hear kids screaming. That's what it is. Not sure what time it is yet, but I'm actually gonna wait a little bit longer, give it another couple minutes. But I had it set for 7, so maybe it'll notify everyone at 7 to join. So I need to clean this. I gotta clean this porch off the next couple days. Stephen R. It did me. Okay, awesome. Thanks, babe, for the time. Alright, y'all, so I'm gonna kind of get started a little bit. As more people join in, I can kind of go back and go over everything. Spyez, hey, how's it going? Hope you're doing well, Spyez. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, so I got some plans for some videos coming up. I don't have any videos right now. I'm gonna try and take care of that at the end of the week. We're gonna go a little longer in between uploads this week. Went fishing with the family this week, so I didn't film, and just caught some bluegill and a couple little catfish and bass. Just hanging out with the family, just getting out for a little bit. I didn't want to drag the camera along or the one man, so didn't film. But Spyez, we went and caught some bluegill and some little catfish, little channels, and some bass. Just fishing from the bank. I gotta do I know I saw one request for catch and cook. I'm gonna try and do that. I'm just trying to get to where I can, catch some fish and have the time to do it. Hopefully here in the next couple of videos I'll try and get a catch and cook together. Spyez, that's pretty nice. We can catch sand bass pretty easy on the shore over here. Nice. Yeah, we can catch them too. It's real sporadic. It just depends. Like especially in the spring, May is easy. I'm not. Where are you again, Spyez? I can't remember where you said you were at, or if you have said where you were at. Stephen R. Ever almost lost a pole? Yeah, I've lost poles and almost lost poles. Yeah, that's definitely happened. When trying to fish with two poles. Yeah, I mean, I've even had crappie almost pull, like when I'm fishing in the one man and I have, one sit here, one sit there. I've almost had them pulled in, or like sand bass, or, and I'm moving spot Lake Louisville. Okay, I couldn't remember. Sorry about that, Spyez. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I've had them, and I'm having them sitting there and one almost pull in, or when I'm like going spot to spot. Yeah, Spyez, I know I have a lot of spots on Lake Louisville that I catch some fish from the bank. Usually it's in May. I need to go try, I want to go try some areas pretty soon. We'll see when I get to it, but it's definitely on the list of areas to go check. And I'll be fishing Louisville more in the fall when it starts cooling off. Stephen R. tight lining. Yeah, just having them in the water and one almost get pulled in, or sand bass or bass comes through and grabs it. But yeah, it's hard in this heat, yeah. And it can be done, it just has to be the right day and the fish just have to be so close. But yeah, in the spring, oh man, it's money catching sand bass in the creeks on Louisville, and then from the shore when that shad spawn gets going. And winter, yep. Stephen R. and winter. Let's see if we got some more trickling in here. Yeah, so I got some videos. I ordered a bunch of catfish stuff. I'm gonna try and do a little more catfishing. I'm trying to learn it. And then my in-laws love catfish and I love catfish, so I'm trying to learn how to catch them a little more. And I live pretty close to a river too, so I wanted to try and go fish that river and see. I know there's a bunch of channels and blues in there, so I want to try and do that. Trey Savage says hi from last stream. Tell him, hey, hope he's doing well. Catch limits from the bank with a jig and bobber in the fall and winter. Arkansas River here. Yep. Stephen, I do the same. Jig and bobber, slip cork, jig, just pop it, and then you catch them in the creeks. I do that all winter long and all spring. It's fun. It's my favorite way, I think. My favorite times of year, I still like dock shooting. I like dock shooting and jig and bobber, jig and cork. Those are my two favorite ways to catch fish, catch crappie. And then I'd say a third is like casting. Vertical to me is pretty boring, but that's how you catch them a lot of times. I love getting a bite way out there and getting the fight them all the way in. Leonardo Sebastian, what's up, kid? Can't stay long. Have work at 3 a.m. But I wanted to show some support. Hope all is well, homie. Hey, Leonardo, thanks so much for taking time out of your busy day and joining and letting me know I have your support, and I appreciate it. And I hope work goes smooth tomorrow. And I hope you get some sleep tonight. I know how that is. I gotta be up at 4 next week. Here comes the mosquitoes. Just in time. I got him. Yeah, all's well here. I hope you're doing well too, Leonardo. Stephen R. I had a big cat fever rod, medium heavy. There you go. Yeah, I have just some crappie rods I'm just gonna use like that. Some little heavier crappie rods that I don't use as much. I have a video. I was catching them on a ultralight, so when they were on the rocks, and that was fun. I've never caught catfish like that, so that was really fun. I wanted to learn how to do that more. So I'm gonna try and do some catfish videos. I'm probably trying to do some in the one man too. Some drifting, drifting for some blues or something like that. I want to try that. So I've got a net coming. I got some hooks and weights and some line coming for the catfish. So once I get all that, then hopefully I can get out there and catch a little more catfish. The net I'm going to use a lot. Hopefully I'm going to try and use that to I got a half-inch mesh, so I can catch some smaller minnows, and that way I can use those for even crappie and stuff like that, sand bass. I don't want to, the bait store is expensive. I'm trying to cut costs everywhere, and that cast net should really help pay dividends in the long run. And I think it'll be cool, to add that to the videos, how I catch the bait and all that. It's not just going to the bait store. I caught catfish and bass on crappie jigs. I make my own sinkers for catfish. There you go. I used to make my own jig heads for crappie back in the day, but it just got to be too much trouble. So I just started buying them in bulk. I get them from Limits Tackle. Steve Goncalves, I think is how you say his last name. He's great. So if you are looking for some jig heads, go look him up on Facebook. Limits Tackle. Catfishing is fun in the summer. Spy is. Yeah, I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to learn it. I have ideas, and I'm just trying to branch out and learn new things. Crappie is still what I enjoy the most going after, but I'm trying to broaden my horizon, so to speak. Slapbuster, I'm here. What's happening, kid? Hey, Slapbuster. Thanks for tuning in, man. I hope you're doing well. Hope you got on some fish this week. I hope I hear a good report from over that way. Yeah, so we're going to hopefully do some catfish videos, do some crappie stuff. Still trying to decide what kind of crappie stuff I'm wanting to do. I hate to keep fishing bridges. Let me ask y'all, do y'all mind the bridge videos? Stephen R. Trying to catch catfish here been rough. Yeah, I hear it's tough, and I'm hoping I can kind of figure it out and get on some. I'm gonna hold this, y'all, because my back is hurting having to lean over like this. I need to get a good stand for this, but nope, you don't mind. I'm glad. Thanks for that. Yeah, I'm trying to see if y'all mind those bridge videos. I wish I could branch out a little more, But you know, with my one man, it really is tough. It's so much work to go try different stuff and it not work out, and you have to, you know, kick or pedal a whole long way, or row, whatever you call it. Yeah, it's really tough. So I try to, you know, Bridges offer the best options, the most places to fish, all that stuff. So that really helps me. Caught a drum last week on my crappie rod, pretty fun. Baez, yeah, them drum will hit a jig pretty good, and they'll fight pretty good too. Fredo, okay, I'm here. It's party time. Hey, Fredo, thanks for tuning in. I hope you're doing well. Been enjoying your videos. Y'all go check out Fishing with Fredo if y'all are looking for some videos to go look at. I'm enjoying the videos, Fredo. I saw you got Roger out there on some crappie. That's good. I did get on some underdogs, all small, mostly like real small, but couldn't find no big ones. Man, Slab Buster. Things will change. Things will change. It's getting almost. I mean, we got a couple weeks here in Texas, I think. It's a couple weeks here, and it's gonna start cooling off, and the fish are gonna start biting. I think better. Leonardo, bridge videos have been helpful. I went to the Fish to Ray Roberts Marina today and caught one keeper. I need to finish my little John boat build to access more water. Yeah, Leonardo, the marina bite for me is always bad in the summer. I look for that to heat up in October, November, all the way through, you know, May. Those fish, it seems like the winter is when those fish really go into that stuff, or in the spring. I used to fish the barge on Joe Pool. That's where I learned how to fish at Joe Pool, at that barge. I used to fish out there, and I mean, you catch some small fish, and it's not as good as it used to be before they moved it, but yeah, it's tough in the summer from those docks. I hear at Ray Hubbard they're actually biting pretty good in the docks, so I'm not sure. You maybe go try out that way. I'm not sure exactly where, but that's where I'm hearing they're biting pretty good at. You ever do any yo-yo videos? I don't, Stephen R. I'm strictly just you know, rod and reel. I do want to try some jug stuff though at some point, but we'll get to that at some point, I guess. I have a 14-foot flat bottom. There you go, Steven. Freshman Fredo. The wife says I don't have the pressures from work anymore. That's why I sound different. Yeah, that helps a lot, man. You know, just, you know, have no stress and just go relax and fish. Slab Buster. Yeah, it's getting better here too. Those fish I did catch hit hard. All of them had it in their throat. Glad to hear, Slab Buster. I'm not sure. I'm assuming it's pretty. Are y'all gonna get? Oh man, that reminds me. Slab Buster, are y'all gonna get hit with them with that hurricane? I think it's supposed to come more into Louisiana, but I mean they really don't know what it's gonna do. Leonardo, Sebastian, good to know. Yeah, that's what I found, man. I hope that helps. Jugs are nice. Yeah, jugs are nice. You just drop them in and just go do something else. Come back and check on them. Fishing with Fredo. I have some jugs already made up for you. Hey, Fredo, thanks, man. Yeah, I don't think I've ever done. I think when I was really young, I did that a couple times, but I'm really not sure. You might get something here in Arkansas. Yeah, y'all gonna get some rain in Arkansas. Maybe a little wind, especially if it's a Cat 2 or Cat 3, like they're saying. You'll probably get something. Slapbuster, yeah, a little. I think if Texas gets it, it always comes this way, you know. Yeah, I think Slapbuster. I think we're gonna end up missing it all here in DFW. It might, you know. I think there's a 40% chance of rain on Wednesday, but it probably won't do much. I was hoping we get some good rain because it's been bone dry here, and these lakes are dropping quick. But here come October, it'll start raining. It always rains a lot in October. Thanks for the support, Anthony and everyone. Hey man, you bet. You bet. Thank you for the support. What would fishing be like after those come through, you think? Stephen R. I think it would be good, better than it has been, to be honest. A little low pressure coming in. Some clouds, maybe a little bit of rain. Just something different besides the same heat every day. I think would hopefully stir them up. Double hurricanes, man. Tell me 2020 ain't crazy. No wonder why my fishing has been so sorry. Man, Slapbuster, they blew that first one. That first one was supposed to be the Marco, I think it is. It was supposed to be pretty bad, but it ended up not doing anything. It was basically like a thunderstorm. That's it. But this next one, Laura, this one's going to be a good one. I mean, not a good one, but a bigger one, I should say. This one's going to be big. So we'll see what she ends up becoming. But I'd say at least a Cat 2 or Cat 3, it looks like. Yeah, I also want to say, while I got everyone on here, I want to say, too, the Super Chat is always there. If y'all feel the need to donate, I would appreciate it. I want to just put that out there. That way y'all know. As always, thanks everyone for the support. It means so much. Oh, Fredo, thanks, man. I feel so bad, man. You're always donating. I appreciate it, man. Pampers and hooks, man. That's a combo right there. Pampers and hooks. Thanks so much, Fredo. I really appreciate it, man. Slapbuster. Yeah, I got a question. In your opinion, if you're catching small ones on docks, where would the big fish be? I looked in deep water, didn't see much. Docks was all in 10 foot of water and under. Slapbuster, what I would do is I'd look for the deepest docks you can find. I mean the deepest docks you can find. I would just look for, like I said, the deepest docks you can find. A lot of times those 10-foot or shallower docks, a lot of times those are going to have dinks on them because they're too shallow. That water's too hot. So I would look, I mean, that's what I'm thinking too. Like the times I've found fish this time of year on docks, it's been in like 15 plus foot of water. And then the bigger the dock, the better, because it's going to cast more shade, give them more places to hide, and they're more inclined to come up shallow if there's more shade, at least from what I can tell. So that's really what I would look for. And then sometimes too, they're just not on docks that good, Slapbuster. Sometimes that's just not the pattern. And I think once it cools off more and more, I think there'll be more and more fish on those shallow docks, though. So if you stay at it, September, October, November, they should start moving in a little better when they cools off a little. Stephen R. When fishing from bridge, how do you think you could keep from losing crappie when pulling them from the water? Are you talking about, Stephen R., are you talking about fishing from the top of a bridge or fishing under a bridge? Fishing with Fredo, God puts me where I need to be. Most of the time it's on the water. Hey, Fredo, you can't beat that. That's for sure. That is for sure, man. Slapbuster. I did fish deep 1-0. I fished a couple 17-foot of water. Yeah, so Slapbuster, I would think that means they're just not on docks. If you've mixed the depths around and there's still just little fish or no fish, that's just not where it's at. And like I said, later in the fall it'll probably be a little better on those shallower docks. Spies, I think I might head out for a little bit. I'm getting kind of hungry. Hey man, you gotta eat. When you get hungry, it's time to go. No worries, Spias. Thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate it as always, man. You have a good one. on the bridge. It's an old bridge you can get on it, steel beam. So for that, what I would do is I would just hook the fish and I just reel them up. I'm not sure what kind of, but if you're using 6, 8 pound test, you should be all right pulling those fish up. Just don't like yank them or just slowly wind them up. You should be all right, Stephen R. Fish on Fredo, slab buster. Did you find good on the fish? Yeah, I agree 100%. Yeah, I mean that's just slab buster. That's just what I've noticed, man. I mean it's if it's not if it's just sometimes it's just not the deal. So I would look at some brush or something like that. Pescando con Roger. Hey Roger, I hope you're doing good. Oh man, I'm not the Masters, that's for sure. I hope you're doing well, Roger. I saw Fredo got you on some crappie. I hope you had fun, man. I wish I still had my boat and I'd take you out, man. I wish I still had my boat. Y'all go check out Roger's channel too. He's got a lot of good videos out too. You go check him out. Fredo spy as I see you out there, buddy. Okay. Fredo, nope, caught them is small, some 5 inches. Don't feel bad, so I caught that today too. Baby crappie, which is a good sign. Thanks, you will have one soon. Thanks, Roger. Thanks, man, I appreciate it. I'm working on it, really working on it. Did you do good today, Fredo? Have you, oh, Fredo, this reminds me, I meant to ask you, Fredo, have you heard from Ernest? I meant to ask you a while back and text you, but I completely forgot until now that reminded me. I haven't heard anything from Ernest. I'm really starting to be concerned with him. I'm not sure what's going on or where he's at, but I find it very odd that he hasn't been posting anything. Yes, just yesterday, Anthony. Awesome. So he is doing good, Fredo? Or did you say that you caught fish today or yesterday? Stephen R. Biggest catfish. Biggest catfish? I probably caught one like 15 pounds back in the day. Richardson Chambers, fishing off the bank with my grandpa. No, actually, I lied. Take that back. I've caught some crappie fishing with jigs and minnows on the brush piles. I'd say I caught some probably. I think it was around 20. I didn't weigh it or nothing, but probably around 20-pound flathead on a jig, crappie rod, fishing brush piles. He is just laying low and staying away from the heat. Awesome, Fredo. I'm glad to hear he's doing good and just kind of laying low. I know in the summer he doesn't fish a lot, but usually sometimes he'll get out in the early mornings and fish for a couple hours, but caught some nice ones last weekend at night. This weekend I went Saturday evening. Stephen R, can you snag there? No, you can't snag here. As far as I know, it's illegal. Fishing with Fredo. He had to put up a nice Satori shotgun for sale. Okay. Roger, man, I saw that. I'm glad you got into him, man. That's better than I've been doing sometimes. Hey, you can't beat that, man. I'm glad you got on some. I think he will start to when it. Did you film, Roger? I'm looking forward to that video. I think he'll start to when it cools off a bit. Yeah, Fredo, he will. He'll start fishing a little more when it cools off. I know it's too hot. I mean, it's too hot for me a lot of times, so I definitely understand. Slab buster. I'm fixing to try some long line trolling, maybe some crankbait, some crappie or suspended in on brush. Yeah, that's what I would do. I think the thermocline is set in so hard on that lake that you're at. They're not on brush. They're kind of like right, and then those docks are too shallow, so they're gonna kind of be like right along that thermocline, kind of like you have to do for sandy sometimes in the summer. You have to troll for them. Definitely couldn't hurt Slab Buster. Yes, it's gonna be the next one. Awesome, Roger. Can't wait for that one, man. Glad you got into him. Yeah, I would try that Slab Buster and see. Crop Express. What's up, man? Peeking in real quick during my daughter's soccer practice. Thanks, Crop Express. I hope you're doing well. Thanks so much for taking the time out of your daughter's soccer practice to tune in, man. And I really appreciate the support. Slab Buster, you ever had any long line luck? Slab Buster, to be honest, I haven't done any long line trolling at all. I've done some vertical trolling in the winter, but it's been a while. I just haven't done that. I haven't done any of the long line at all. It looks fun. I just really don't know. I haven't done any, but I'm trying to think. Like, I guess in the spring it'd probably be the most effective around here. Man, I took my uncle's buddy again for his birthday, and we wore out the Sandies and Big Bass. So I did not film, unfortunately. I saw it, man. You're the bass master over there, Fredo. You catching all the bass. They were following you everywhere. Agree. They ain't in deeper brush. Thermocline shallow as crap here, maybe 12 foot down. I bet those fish are roaming, Slab Buster. If they're not on any kind of cover or anything like that, because with the thermocline set in, they should be on those docks. If the thermocline is that set in, they should be on those docks. And the fact they're not tells me they're probably just not relating to structure. They're probably just out there roaming around that thermocline. Fredo, did you watch the video already? What about when overcast? Stephen R, overcast, that'll really scatter those fish too. Like, I know in the creeks in the winter, I prefer a cloudy overcast day because that makes them fish. They don't get down in the brush as much, and they're more likely to come up and get, jig and bobbery casting. You don't have to be right as specific on those depths. So I love overcast for that. In the summer, man, I prefer that sun to be up and it to be hot. The hotter the better. Those fish, especially like on my home lake and lakes around here, man, that the hotter it gets, the better because it pushes them fit, and the sun, more sun there is too. Those fish look for the shade. They look to get down in the cover, look down to get out of the sun. Hey, keep it down at those pesky basketball here and follow me forever. Man, they're already following you, Fredo. That was crazy. They were everywhere, man. Hey, kid, are we going to get any of this hurricane rain? Man, Crappie Express, I hope we do. I'm thinking we're probably not. Maybe a little extra showers here and there, little pop-ups in the afternoon, but substantial rain, I don't see it. It's a little too far east. The east side of a hurricane is the more, rainy side, stormy side. The other side is the more subsidence side. It's going to be, it's dry. So they're actually saying that it's going to bring up the humidity. It's going to be humid as all get out this weekend. Just because of the circulation around it pulling all that moisture out of the Gulf. So It's going to be humid as all get out. We'll probably have a heat advisory or excessive heat warning or some type of heat warning this weekend, I would think. Dew points in the 70s, heat index 110 plus. I'm hoping to get out later this week, but I don't know. Slab Buster fixing to set my boat up for and give it a real try. I think they're spinning at 9 maybe. Yeah, Slab Buster, try that and let me know how that goes, man. I'm really curious to see where those fish are at over there. You've exhausted everything, so I mean, you might as well just try that and see. That has to be where they're at, I would think, suspended out there. And I caught some bigger ones today, so I wasn't so bad catching them. Hey, there you go. Stuff I shouldn't have asked. Yeah, Crappie Express, I wish I had. I mean, I've been watching it like crazy because I'm wanting some rain. I mean, the lakes around here, the lakes around here are dropping quick, so I was really wanting some rain, or at least some cooler weather, but looks like we're going to get a little bit of rain and some hotter weather. Like today, me and the wife went for a walk today, and it's cool. I mean, I'm outside right now. I'm not sweating at all. It's dry air, but it won't be like that for long. Roger. How does the thermo thing works? Thanks. Roger, so the thermocline is, I'm trying to think of how to explain it. The lakes in the summer stratify, so there's layers. There's layers of water. There's the deeper down you go, the cooler the water is. The water up top on the surface is the hottest water there is in the summer. So that thermocline is like a zone that is, the oxygen in the water does not go all the way to the bottom. There's a dead zone underneath the thermocline that there's no oxygen and fish can't go below it and survive because there's not enough oxygen in the water. The thermocline is kind of a sweet spot that's, it's the coolest oxygenated water there is. So I hope that kind of explains it. But those fish, they won't go below that thermocline. They can't survive down there, so they stay at it. Usually they stay around it or above it, and that goes for all fish. They all can't. I think catfish are a little better at that. They can kind of survive a little better because they're bottom dwellers. But I know for crappie, they really, and that's why a lot of times the fish are shallow this time of year, as Fredo's been seeing. They go shallow because they can't go deep because that thermocline set in, and it usually sets in, once it starts getting hot June or so, maybe even May, depending on how hot it gets. It'll last all summer, and it'll change, too, depending on the weather. I hope that helps, Roger. And sometimes you can see it. If you have a depth finder, sometimes you can see the actual hard line. I've seen it earlier this year. You can see that hard line of that thermocline, all the activities above it. Hope we get some rain here. Sure, get rid of the thermocline. Yeah, some rain would help mix the water up and help. That's what I'm saying. I think the rain and those hurricanes would help it here if it came through. Stir things up, get a little wind blowing, some rain, some clouds. Just mix it up. Fredo, let me know when you want to get out here, Anthony. Will do, Fredo. I haven't forgot, man. I'm just trying to find some time. It's been tough, man. I'm going to find the big ones during the day, or die trying. I don't give up. I may try it at. Yeah, Slapbus, that's what you got to do, man. You got to get out there and just try. You just never know where them fish are going to be at. You really never know, man. Roger. Thanks. You're welcome, Roger. I hope that helps. I'm not the best at explaining that kind of stuff, but caught some nice crappie in 3 foot of water on timber today. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Fredo. Them fish are, Fredo kind of confirmed it. Those fish are not, that thermocline set in, them fish are not going to go deep past that thermocline. And, that water, shallowest water is hot, but it's the most oxygenated water because the wind blows it and all that stuff. So it kind of, puts oxygen in there. So that's why them, yeah, it's the hottest water, but it's also the most oxygen-rich water, so. So I asked earlier, but I want to ask again. So y'all, do y'all mind all the bridge videos, or are y'all tired of them, or what? Just trying to get a gauge on how, how I know it's tiresome looking at the same stuff all the time, but Stephen R doesn't mind. Yeah, Fred, last weekend at night, all the keepers are caught around 4 foot. 4 foot. They were suspended. Move this over here. My hand's hurting. Oh. All right, Stephen doesn't mind. I just, once fall gets here, I'll have more options. I can take the little one man out and get on some fish, bite a little better, some brush piles and stuff like that, timber, and then in the winter, it's gonna be creek time for me. I'll probably switch it up and do some other stuff here and there, but it's gonna be mainly creek fishing this winter, banking from the one man. So, Fredo, no, I love the bridge videos. Awesome, Fredo. I try my best to switch it up, but it's really is tough. It's like that last video. That last video was fun. I got on some fish and had to fight the crowds and crazy people, but that's part of the course. That's why I don't fish on the weekends that much, but when I was able to get out, so I had to take advantage. The boat I have a 40-pound trolling motor with it. There you go. That'll get you around, Stephen R. I know y'all, I'm not sure if y'all are into basketball, but y'all see that shot Luka made yesterday? Man, that was a shot. You like to fish with no one around. I'm the same way, Stephen R. I try to run from, crowds. I just do not like fishing in crowds. I've did it too long. I went to the Little Elm Bridge today, and there was absolutely no good stacks of crappie to be fished that I could see anyway. Man, Fredo, did you catch any out there? That bridge usually holds a few, but I went out there not too long ago, and it was kind of off. Toll Bridge is also another bridge that I would check. I know them sand bass get all over that toll bridge certain times of the year. In the clue, I was seeing several schools of bait. Fish on top, the water looked like they were gasping for air. Yep. That's a telltale sign too. Them shad are up top like that, they're trying to get oxygen. Paul Carr, good evening, sir. Hey, Paul, good evening. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for tuning in, Paul. Bridge is fine with me, bud. You do what you can do. Thanks, Slab Buster. I appreciate it. I got some timber fishing ideas I'm going to do later once it cools off a little. I'm wanting to just let it cool off a little, and I'm trying to find a good wind day. I don't want to be out there fishing that timber when it's 110 heat index, because I don't have any shade on that. In my boat I had some shade. At least it wasn't that bad, but I'm gonna get on some timber fish here pretty soon. Only active crappie for us was in the shallows from 12 to 3 foot. Okay. Yeah, that's got, that thermocline is set hard in there. That's got that written all over it, so it really is amazing how shallow them fish get this time of year. It really is amazing. So I'm going to try and do some catfishing videos, like I said. I hope y'all don't mind that. Might do some bluegill fishing videos as well. I'd love to get on some sand bass, but it's kind of tough with the one man. Also, they were loving the cut bait. Nice, Fredo. Did you cut up a minnow and put like a chunk on there? I did that before at my home lake, and man, that makes a big difference sometimes. Stephen R. Bluegill are fun. Awesome. Yeah, I'm trying to just mix it up, and grew up fishing for bluegills, so perch we call them here in Texas, but Fisherman Fred, I get you on some cats now. Man, yeah, we got to get on them cats. We've got to get on them cats. It's gonna be hard when we go fishing. I'm gonna have to decide what we're gonna catch. I want to do both, some catfish and some crappie, and some sand bass. And you're on the bass too. We could do all of them. We can catch all of them. We can do bass, crappie, catfish, and sandies. That would be fun. That would be fun. Seems like we lost a few people, but it's all good. I had one big minnow left, and I cut it up into sections, and that put 3 more keepers in the boat. There you go. Man, it's pretty crazy how they will, hit that with that chunk of minnow on there more better than they will. I know it doesn't look natural, but it's just the scent. And I'm not a big believer in scent for crappie. I don't think they really, I don't think they're really scent based. I feel like they're more sight based, sight oriented. They see something and it looks good and they grab it. But there are times when that scent makes a difference. It does make a difference at times. Crappie are just some weird fish. They really are weird fish. Yeah, so I'm just trying to, mix it up and learn, new species that I'm not real familiar with. And I got some plans down the road that I really want to, pursue and I'm trying to just, hone my skills for that whenever I get the opportunity. Stephen R. Ever caught crappie on worms? I have, Stephen R. I remember when I was really little, I'd fish for, bluegill most of the time, and, just be fishing with a little chunk of worm, and crappie will bite it. Crappie will hit worms. They will hit worms. You have sauger there? We don't have any sauger here, Stephen R. I think there's some sauger or some walleye in the Panhandle, I think. I'm still here listening. Thanks for still being here, Roger. I appreciate it. Fredo, or it could have been that they liked the way the cut bait look and hit it. I'm opposite. I think they hunt with sight, scent as well as sight. Yeah, I definitely think they use both. I just feel like majority of the time they're more sight oriented, and that's some of the videos I have too. Like these crappie are more reactive than a lot of people realize. You can drop a jig past them real quick, and it forces them to make a decision and act on it. Even though they're not hungry, it's just reaction. They see that jig drop and they're like, "Oh, let me grab it." They grab it real quick. You nailed it. Crappie is one weird fish more than any other, in my opinion. I agree, Slapbuster, and that's why I like fishing for them as much as I do. They are the hardest fish. I've always said they are the hardest fish, freshwater fish, to catch consistent numbers of good-sized fish year-round. They are the hardest fish in freshwater to stay on year-round in numbers and size, in my opinion. And then, to get to bite, too, so they don't want to bite a lot of times, and a lot of times you have to really watch your line and watch, sometimes they don't really hit it hard, and they just kind of sit on it, But I have noticed since going after crappie as a cut bait works best for me in the summer. Yeah, Fredo. I don't even try, to be honest. Uh-oh, mosquito. Mosquito. Got him. I think I got him. Yep, I got him. That's 2. We've got 2. That's our count for today is 2. Yeah, Fredo, back to that. Yeah, I'm the same way, Fredo. In the summertime is the only time I use minnows and I use cut bait. Summertime, these fish get really finicky. And it, like I even said in my last video, it's almost to the point now to where I don't even want to go fish in the summer without some minnows. I have seen it time and time and time again where those minnows makes a difference between a limit and a couple fish. I've seen it too many times, and I am not, I'm like you, Fredo. I'm not too proud to put a minnow on there. Throw a minnow on there. That's what it means for me to catch fish. And in the fall and winter, I hardly even use crappie nibbles, to be honest. Seems like in the fall, winter, and even in the spring, they don't really care. They see it, they bite it. It's just kind of funny how that is. Richard Jean, the fisherman believes in scent and that man can catch them in an unstocked bathtub. So there is something to it. Who knows from them weirdos? Yeah, I mean, that's just, Slapbuster, that's just what I've kind of, come to over the years. I definitely think at times they, use that, but this is just, my experience over the years. I mean, I've been trying to think. I've been probably seriously fishing now for like 10 years. 28. Yeah, probably a little more than that. I've done it all, really. I'm just, that's just what I've noticed. There's always exceptions, but that's just definitely what I've noticed over the years. Ventura 007, I'm here. Sorry for the delay. Hey, no problem. Thanks for joining. I hope you're doing well. Another mosquito. That one came out of nowhere. My uncle did not want to use a minnow today. Toward the end, he was asking me for a minnow. Yep, that's how it is. That is how it is, Fredo. I've seen it time and time again. Like I said, those minnows this time of year make a big difference. That is what I also want. One also is to be able to catch crappie year round. This is my fishing. Go catfish easy, sand bass. Those crappie are difficult. Yep, Crappie Express. They are tough. They are tough. And those fish on Louisville, man, I feel, in the winter you can catch them a bunch of different ways. You can catch them on bridges, in the creeks, out deep. Every lake is different too with where they prefer to go. But in my opinion, man, Louisville is a creek lake in the winter. And I would say a bridge lake too. They do pretty good on the bridges too. Like they say, crappie is colorblind, so why colors make a difference? Colors do matter, in my opinion. Yeah, I think Slapbuster. That's another thing too. I think the colors matter to a certain extent. Not to be like sound cocky or anything, but I could fish with one color, and I feel like I would be able to catch fish. Now I think profile and size of jig is more important than color. That's just again what I've noticed. Now sometimes colors do make a difference. Does make a difference, but that profile or like rate of fall, like it's changing size, jig heads, or like if you want something this big or you want a bigger bait, profiles. That can make a difference, especially this time of year. And there's a bunch of, small fish. I casted my net yesterday and caught some shads, and I hooked them like Fredo showed me with the shads and just dropped it on the tree and bang. Yeah, Roger, man, them shad, if you can get shad, and especially live ones and keep them alive, that's crappie candy right there, especially some, about like that. You would do good. I would love to try and do some videos like that with live shad. I'm going to try. I got the net on the way. Should be here the next couple of days. I'm going to try my best to try and do that. I feel like I'd be able to keep them alive a little longer, in the one man, with the little vented minnow thing. So Louisville would definitely make you a better fisher person. It will. Louisville's a Louisville's a kind of a tricky lake. Sorry guys, I hope you understand my English. Oh man, you're good. I understand it perfectly. No worries, Roger. Make sure I saw another mosquito. They're not as bad today because there's a little breeze. Probably the reaction fish. I do think the size matters a lot of times depending on the size of the bait. Fish in the lake. Yep. You know, they always say, Slapbuster, you know, match the hatch. I've found that to be true a lot, especially this time of year. You know, sometimes, you know, I've shown them before. I got some little tiny jigs like this big for those little bitty, to match those little, you know, shad fry that are everywhere in the summertime, and those little jigs will get hit. Let me tell you, they will catch some fish. JK. Yeah, so hopefully this, you know, the bite gets good pretty soon. Let me ask y'all, what kind of videos would y'all like to see? What kind of suggestions do y'all have? I know Catch and Cook is one that I've gotten requests to do. Spyez, hey, I'm back. Man, you ate fast. Glad to have you back, Spyez. What kind of videos would y'all like to see in the future? Besides Catch and Cooks, I'm definitely going to try and do some Catch and Cooks. Would y'all like to see, you know, more catfish, more crappie? What would you like me to cover? You know, things like that. I can do pretty much anything. Creek fishing with ultralights. Okay, Stephen R. Yep, I'm definitely on that. That's definitely coming, no matter what. Come November-ish, I'm gonna start getting on that. Slapbuster, those baits, fish I seen was 1.5, 2 inches, so 8 at the right bait size. Yep. Yeah, a lot of them too, man. I see a lot of like inch-long shad fry, or not. They're not fry anymore, but catfish and crappie with Fredo. Oh yeah, we're gonna make that happen, Fredo. Yes, catfish, crappie, or bass. Okay. Stephen R. Annie is good. Roger, fishing with Fredo, Anthony, and crappie fishing. Yeah, we'll definitely get that hammered out sometime, Fredo and Slapbuster. That's definitely on the list to do. So I get some time. I'm looking forward to that. That's gonna be fun. Let's see. All right, y'all. I'm getting ready to start winding it down here, y'all. I got any questions before I start getting ready to sign off, y'all? You know, as always, everyone, I really, really appreciate the support. It means a lot to me. I love getting on here and, you know, interacting and answering questions and things like that. I really appreciate all the support. Julian Soraya, new fan of yours. Thanks so much, Julian. Welcome to the channel. I really appreciate you joining. You know, I hope you like what you see. If you're not subscribed already, go ahead. That way you get notified, and then hit the notification bell. That way you get notified every time I post a video. You know, it goes right to your phone. Get on them catfish in a video, then I can see if I'm better than you at something. Oh, Crappie Express, you're definitely better at me than a lot of stuff. I'm struggling right now on them crappie. I'd enjoy that one. Get on some big slabs. Oh yeah, for sure, Slab Buster. Try for some hybrids. Seen some people pulling for them on kayaks at Hubbard. Chancellor, yeah, man, those hybrids, I usually get into them in the spring. But man, this year for whatever reason, I did not get on that many of them. That would definitely be, that's definitely what I'm gonna try and do this spring. This time of year, man, it's so tough because those are open water fish. So it would be basically a miracle if I would have one come across me when I'm floating around. Y'all think Wednesday would be a good? Yeah, Fredo, that'd be a good day. I'll be looking out for it. Let me know if you're, set that in stone, bud. Let's go on to Roger. Thanks so much, Roger. I hope this helps, and thanks for the support, man. I'm looking forward to that crappie video. I'm glad you got on some. You have a good one, man. Julian, teach me your secrets at Louisville. Are you fishing for crappie, right, Julian? Do you have a boat, or are you fishing from the bank? Okay, y'all, have a good one, and stay safe, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, Slapbuster, as always, man. You're always there. I appreciate it. I really do. Hope you have a good evening, and stay safe. Let's see you fish some docks. That always fun to watch. Spies, I would love to do that. I'm gonna have to try and do that. I'm gonna have to try and do that. That would be a great video. Also, I'm gonna get a webcam right now. Awesome, Fredo. You can also use your phone. I'm using my phone right now. Either works good. Julian, both. So Julian, crappie on Louisville. Fredo fishes Louisville a lot too. So the shallower. I don't have a recent report from me, but I know that the shallower timber, brush piles, I'm sure would do pretty good. Mostly do bank fishing. Yeah, man. To be honest, the crappie are gonna be pretty tough from the bank unless you can get to like some. I mean, you might be able to cast out to some stumps in a cove and catch a couple, but you're gonna have to kind of stick and move. But 12 to 3 foot of water from what from what Fredo said is a good starting point. The end of bridges are also a good spot, especially if you're fishing from the bank. Steven, I can't wait for more videos. Thanks, man. I can't wait to put some more out there. I'm gonna try and get them stacked up. Sorry, I don't have another. I don't like going too long without uploading, but I'm gonna have to this week a little bit. Hopefully, at the end of the week, I'll have something to put out, or this weekend. There you go, Julian. Fishing with Fredo nailed it down right there. Shallow timber and coves with cut bait is working great. All right, y'all. I'm gonna have to get off of here. I gotta get off here at 8. So y'all, as always, like I said, I appreciate the support. It means the world to me. Thanks so much again for the super chat, Fredo. I really appreciate it. We're gonna have to get out there someday, man. I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks for the support. Y'all be sure, if y'all are subscribed, hit the notification bell. That way you get notified every time I post a video. That way it's when I post something, it goes right to your phone, and you'll be notified and be able to check it out. Look forward to the catfish videos, and I'm gonna kind of mix it up and hopefully some crappie videos in there too. I'd love to kind of get to where I can post a couple times a week, but just with work schedule, it's kind of tough. So. See you later, Stephen R. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching Spies as always, man. I appreciate it. Have a good evening. We'll see you next week. Fredo the kiddo is so cute, Anthony. Thanks, Fredo. Man, he's awesome. He is awesome. I love him to death. Chancellor, peace out, man. Thanks for watching, Chancellor. Later, Crappie Express. Thanks for watching as always, man. I hope you get on some fish soon. They're out there. I know you're doing better than me, though. All right, Fishing with Fredo. We'll see you later, man. Y'all stay tuned for those videos coming out. And as always, thanks for the support. And we'll see you on the next one next week, next Monday, 7 o'clock, same time. So y'all have a good one.